What's going on, guys? This is the DeFi Crypto Line Show where we're doing our best to be the bridge between our fellow investors and entrepreneurs in the cryptocurrency world, where we feel like crypto is the biggest opportunity over the next few years, and it's not even close. So we're pumped to have you guys. We already got 100 people here this morning. The chat's popping off. So welcome. This is going to be a ton of fun. We have an excellent guest. But of course, before we get to that, Corey, take it away.
Absolutely. Corey Geary here in the absolute beautiful country of Puerto Rico, where we're going to use cryptocurrency as that wealth creation tool and use real estate as a wealth preservation tool. And we feel like we're in the right place at the right time, and it's not even close. If you want generational wealth, cut through the narratives, stick to this show. We try to see through the narratives as much as we possibly can to give you what we feel is real. So, guys, if this is your first time here, smash the likes, hit the subscribe. But I wanted to bring a gentleman on who I feel like, and I mean, I'm serious, and some of you guys are probably going to disagree because he's so controversial, but I feel like he is ushering in the bull market to Pulse Chain. So he is literally the first mover to bring all the liquidity over from other chains to come in and buy these meme coins. And beyond the meme coins, now the Atropa ecosystem, along with PDAI, Teddy Bear, everything else. The activity in the money solution back and forth these last couple of weeks is all responsible for this man, Mr. B Roots Moonkeen. My man, thank you so much for being here today. I always appreciate all the alpha and entertainment that you supply.
What's up? What's up? What's up? It's your boy. Who? B Roots, the most entertaining man in all of crypto. Today, rocking the Gucci. Louis. It's all about the teddy bear, Louis, along with the Dolce and Gabbana. What's going up, Corey and Money Talk Dane? What are y'all up to?
What's up, man? We're pumped to have you on. It's been fun. We've been dissecting the law of meme coins. We've been looking at some of the new things popping off on Pulse Chain. And man, it's nice to have life back in the ecosystem. It's felt pretty dead the last few months until more recently. Some of the stuff popping off with the Atropa and whatnot. Maybe we start there. We talk about what's going on in the Atropa ecosystem, why it's exciting, and why you like what's going on over there.
Man, it's been a hell of a. It's actually been about 2 months of craziness on Pulse Chain since that whole narrative came up. The first 2 months, 2.5 months, 3 months of Pulse Chain, we tried with the meme coins. A lot of people tried to make a bunch of different meme coins, and it was fun. It was a hype season. First couple of weeks was very hyped. Everybody was excited after waiting 2 years, and then the hype died. And it was like really just dead on Pulse Chain. The volume went away. Everything was just like, you had the haters come out calling it a failure. It's very typical. Like you saw that coming from a mile away. And even myself, it was just like there's no money flowing into the ecosystem for meme coins or anything. There's people with sacrifices who hadn't come out with their coins at that time. So it was very dead. And then SEC hits, boom, like that was almost felt like another just sledgehammer to the face. Like, congratulations, guys, you waited 2 years for all this, and then here's another one for you. And that's kind of how it felt. But all of a sudden, there was these group of people. We call her the PDAI researchers. They came from the XRP community. They didn't even come from the Hex community. They came from the XRP community and started looking into these PRC20s. And a lot of them were joking about the stable coins, everything that the OG Hexagon said not to deal with, telling them not to play with it because they're not going to be backed by anything. And the first rule in crypto is go opposite of the herd. And I did that from the beginning. So you'll see me make a tweet back at the launch that said PDAI is going to be the one. PDAI and Wrap Bitcoin are going to be the biggest meme coins in all of crypto. That's kind of where it really started. I didn't know what to make of it. I didn't know anything about Atropa at the time. I just said, I'm going opposite of where the community's going. I've always played that game. I'm going to be completely opposite of where everyone else is going. Bought my bag, and that was close to the low of PDI. So just so when people say, "Oh, you shilling? Oh, it's already high." No. It's you can look at the date and the time frame, and it's all a timestamp. You had 2 days before it pretty much bottomed out after that tweet to just do what you wanted to do. And that was multiple zeros ago on PDI.
I remember seeing the tweet and I was like, oh geez, here we go again. and you're spot on there. So respect. That was that's been fun to see.
Yeah. So these researchers, I bought it. I forgot about it. It is what it is. You bought it and just, let it go and just see what comes of it. But the researchers decided to, do some more research on like what was going on with PDI. They saw minting going on with PDI. And they started yelling to everybody, except for me at the time, because I didn't see it. So they were trying to get, I believe, Somni, just anybody who wasn't such the maxi was playing, talking altcoins within the ecosystem. They're trying to, get their attention. Then I get this DM. And it's weird because I barely check my DMs. And when I do, it's like just a quick scroll of anyone that, I know of and go about that route. And I just, for some reason, I don't know what it was, higher power, I don't know what it was. I just happened to just open up the new DMs, and there it was. And I saw it, and I was like, yeah, I don't know. I was like, I don't know. Like get a little, I don't know. And then the tweets, I started looking at the tweets, and I'm like, all right, we got something here. So I decided to go into the Telegram, and everyone's just going crazy.
Is this the PDI Telegram, or is this
Atropa? This was the PDI Telegram. This wasn't really. It wasn't all about Atropa at that time. Like they got what was going on with Atropa, but there was just more and more information coming out weekly because it's all they did. At first, I thought it was a scam because they're coming at me, but then I started looking through the Telegram. And I'm like, these guys are really talking about this all day, every day. This would be the most elaborate scam if these guys were trying to do this. Like, because y'all been talking about this for weeks. And I'm like, if y'all are fake talking for weeks by yourself, man, that's a good ass scam. I deserve to be scammed. So I'm looking at it like, just like, okay, these guys are stuff. So I started asking questions. And then I started, buying even more PDI. Because I was like, I'm sitting nice, but I want this to be something. Like I feel this is real, so I want more. And I tweeted the thing out, and that's where it really just started, just taking it to its whole life. I pretty much backed it and said what these guys are saying is very speculative. However, it's real. It's what's happening. There's some type of ecosystem built within Atropa that is doing something with the liquidity. But what got me so crazy with it is that liquidity was so thick compared to other coins. And that's where I was like, you can't fake that. You can't fake it. And that's why I went so hard with Atropa PDI. At the time, I did 50-50. There was a lot of FUD that came, and this was just PDI and Atropa. That's all it was. There was a lot of FUD that came with that in the beginning. A lot of videos I made, entertaining videos I made. That's why I pointed everybody to my pinned message with the Rocky video. That was really the video that really annoyed a lot of people, but really pumped up a lot of people. Like it was the video that just clashed heads with the people who just wasn't all about it. And it's funny, people came out of the woodwork saying they were talking about it all along, but then they came out and downed it. Like it was the perfect market.
I know who you're talking about with that one.
Perfect market because there was so much hate, there was so much love, there was so much disbelief, there was so much belief, and that was the perfect market to create not just controversy, but just get the facts out there. And even when the facts are out there are still people high up in the ecosystem, where I say ecosystem of the little echo chamber that we have. There's so many people that were still denying it. And the machine just did its thing. Now it starts spitting out other coins, but not even that. In the beginning, there were coins that were created at launch of Atropa. So then I was like, you know what? These things got thick liquidity too. So there must be a plan for these coins. So that was your TSFI.
Yeah.
That was your Teddy Bear. That was Atropa, PDI, Down.
MV
ended up like, well, apparently I hear MV's now burning. So now it's back to watch that. I've never sold any MV tokens. I just got wrecked and I just kept it. Like my tokens are worth like $5 right now. That's way more than $5 on that shit. So I can tell you that right now. So I will tell you when I get wrecked, and I will tell you when I hit hard. Like it's like I got nothing to lose. It's part of the game. You gotta know you're speculating with that. But
yeah, Moon's another one. Someone just commented in the chat. I saw Moon's on the.
So there's coins that it's creating now, and there's coins that were created from the beginning. I like to really concentrate on the ones that came at the beginning. Now there is
that
one
because the liquidity stick.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. For whatever reason, it took a while to do its thing. The liquidity is nice and thick. If it starts moving up in value, then therefore you can take money out. It's no issue. You can trade. It helps the ecosystem because most of that ecosystem you got to go in the Pulse chain. Then you got to go into DAI. Then you have to go into Atropa, which is like the hub. And then there's just all these other coins you can go into and speculate even more and further out. The further you go out from the HUD, you gotta remember you are multiplying your gains by a lot. By a lot. Because remember, you started with Pulse Chain. Then you go into DAI, which is going up against Pulse Chain. And then you go into Atropa, which is going up against DAI. And then you go into Teddy Bear, which is going up against Atropa. And then you go into anything over there, which is going against Teddy Bear. And then you take all that back. And then all of a sudden, your DAI is like, whoa. Your Atropa is like, whoa. If you want to go back to the Pulse Chain, you're like, what the? Like, you know what I mean? So you're just like, it's just multiplying. And you can see the community attaching to certain coins. And that's good because those coins are at $15, $20 million market cap, went up to 30, one went up to 60 from nothing. Literally from nothing. So all the stuff that I've been teaching for years and years and years, saying that meme coins are better than the utility coins, it's literally presenting itself in front of everybody. And this is the best part. The community is finally winning on it. So now they're seeing it. And now they got their little feet wet in the beginning where people were making coins and this and that. And I still was like, just not feeling it. Now, a big portion of the DGen community, I'll say, is really like taking it to heart. And then they're also following the laws of meme coins, so they're actually winning. That's what's even better. They're winning. So you have this ecosystem that's somehow taking all the liquidity and taking all the fees and all that, applying it to Atropa and PDI, which is the original. So a lot of people are forgetting about PDI. That was the OG 2 months ago, and now everyone's all onto all these other coins. But remember, when you go back to Atropa to PDI, there's fees and liquidity that's being burnt, and that is burning the Atropa and PDI pair. So anything that's going on over there, people can cry and say, "Oh, the contract's not renewed." Nobody cares in the DGen meme coin world. No one cares. Like Richard Hart once said, it's just a logo, so my logos can trade better than your logos. That's all it is. That's all we care about. So you got the utility only people like, oh, watch out for this, watch out for that. And that's why I say FUD just only makes it stronger. Every FUD event just grew the community. You're actually better off just like not saying anything. Because when you start FUDing, the community gets even that more confident because they don't want to lose that money. So they start getting louder And when they get louder, what's happening? You're drawing more attention to it. And a lot of people think that, it's going to draw attention to them. No, it doesn't work that way amongst like the DJ community. So that's why I always say, like, we're going to win this battle every time. Like, they love FUD. They love it. They eat it. So when something like that comes, they don't care what it is. Their goal is to gain more money or Pulse Chain. Their goal is to gain more PDI. Their goal is to gain more Atropa. And anything that's attached to Teddy Bear now, a Teddy Bear is almost acting like Atropa. There's a bunch of coins attached to Teddy Bear now. So now you've got a meme coin that people are just attaching value to, and it's just killing it. So I love what I'm seeing. That's kind of like the nitty gritty of what's going on. And I always say this: level of speculation, level of how you want to speculate as an investor. So you either just want to stay on the very safe conservative side and stick with your PulseX, Pulse Chain, and Hex, which is completely fine if that's what you want to do. Your next level of speculation now within the ecosystem, because you can't deny it, it's the most talked about part of the ecosystem. Like no one's even talking about Pulse Chain anymore. They're talking about Atropa. So I just but who was the last Hex stream? I haven't even talked about Hex. Like it's either Atropa, PDI, Teddy Bear. Like that's all you hear about now when it comes to Pulse Chain.
So talk about that a little bit more because that's real common in the meme game, right? Everybody wants to, and you see the pattern, and not just in memes. Like people want to come and play the new game. You saw it with like Hedron and Icosa when there's nothing else going on. That was exciting, and then like attention moved from there to some of the other stuff, and now it's PDI and Atropa. My question is, or one of my questions is, is this just another flash in the pan where it's the current game and then attention will move on to something else and there's not the staying power? What are your thoughts in that respect?
Not Atropa. Maxi, Icosa, all that stuff was fresh and new to the ecosystem.
Mm-hmm.
Once it had its 6-day run, it died.
Hedron followed the law of meme coins to the T.
Meme coins to the T.
It was to the T. And it's like, I was a pleb back then, and I bought that top.
Spell it to the T. So here's the thing with those coins. They fought so much against the Hexicans because it was like kind of to them like, oh, why don't you just buy a Hex? You're not pumping the Hex, and they didn't understand it. I didn't even really understand that first. Most people still don't understand it. So it's one of those coins, you just don't get it. Hex, most people don't understand. So it's not a sexy product. It's not going to bring people in on the crypto side of it. Certain individuals, yes, but it's not going to bring that crazy parabolic rise like it had already. It's just at this point, it's not sexy enough. And that's how I look at crypto when it comes to parabolic. People chase green candles, but once it's over, like it's kind of over and there's no narrative behind it. It's just built for Hex on top of Hex. And there you go. You got your Hex. Like you're gaining more Hex. Congratulations. It's not sexy. It's over. Atropa has a narrative within the ecosystem. What does it do? People still don't get it, but they want to learn it. That is the difference. They want to understand it. People got to understand like Hedron and that stuff and Maxi, and now they get it, and they're just like, okay, that's it. They get it. That's what it does. And that's the difference. That's the problem with finished products. There's little risk to finished products, but that's what makes the price go up. There's no more storyline. Like that's it. It's over. PDI is not at $1 yet.
So the storyline can continue.
Does it get to $1? Does it peg at $1? When will it get to $1? What are all these other coins attaching itself to Atropa? Do they have narratives? Is there a reason why these liquidity pools are so much thicker than the others? Is there something that's going to get built on that? What's TSFI? What does it stand for? What are these Chinese letters? What is this teddy bear? How come more coins are attaching to teddy bears? Is there a plan for teddy bear? There's still a storyline. There's still speculation. There's still, wait, I can make way more gains even though it's sitting at a $20 million market cap. What happens if all this stuff is somehow attached for Pulse Chain? What happens if it's attached to Hex somehow, some way? What happens if it's attached to PulseX somehow, some way? What happens if there's a whole nother ecosystem on the other side, at which there are rumors that there is because of the supply of Atropa? Now, there is a coin on Ethereum that has the exact same supply as Atropa and has been interacting with the Atropa contract. Who else is involved with it? Why? Who did that big 6-figure, 7-figure payment go to when it went to straight to MakerDAO and they turned off the minting process? Who is that? Who has enough money to send that money over there and they're just this big elaborate scam from the get-go? Does MakerDAO team know about it? How come Lido is part of this somehow, some way? People stop talking about that, but that is part of it. That they're involved somehow, some way. To what extent? We don't know. Who is Lido? If you don't know who Lido is, the #1 staking pool for Ethereum. So somebody big is working on it, or maybe it's someone small and they just know somebody. Either way, there's a lot of questions that need to be answered. Yes, a lot of questions that need to be answered. And what that brings is speculation. And what speculation brings is price action. So you can hate on it as much as you want. People speculate on a freaking logo with a dog on it and took it to $60 billion market cap. So either hop on board and speculate, watch the party, and if you hate on it, if you haven't got shutting up already, like you're just trying to join the bandwagon of just wreck people in the dust, because people are making bank right now on Pulse Chain. Stupid money. The only reason Pulse Chain is going up right now, I'm letting you know right now, is the Atropa ecosystem. There's no other reason. I don't care. The market's not. It's not the market. There is a case happening on October 28th, so damn well isn't that's all of a sudden. Like, there's no settlement or anything, so that's not making the market go up. It's doing its thing. So until you deny that, like, what's the reason why it's going up? It's very obvious. People are taking profits, and then people are starting to buy green candles, so they're taking their money out of that because now they're chasing over here. But they got to realize they're looking at the USD price, which is not the smartest thing you should be looking at. You probably should be looking at the PDI to Pulse Chain chart.
Yep.
The Atropa to Pulse Chain chart. Everything has to correct. Nothing goes up, but that's a chart in itself. It's not just going to keep going up like that. There's going to be corrections in that chart alone. So people look at the Pulse Chain chart, and I'm just sitting there chilling like, it's probably creating a flag on the teddy bear to Pulse Chain chart. It's only been going up straight up for 2 months. Like, you gotta speculate. So people take that money and start dollar cost averaging in the Pulse Chain, and they're holding their Pulse Chain. That's making the price go up. So this is the thing. When those coins turn around, they run harder, just like Hex ran harder than Ethereum. Same concept. Just like GMX ran harder than Ethereum, just like SHIB ran harder than Ethereum, just like every other coin on Ethereum ran harder than Ethereum on the bull run. That's what you're seeing right now. So yes, Pulse Chain can be moving, but how much is it up in the last week? Let's see here.
Like 40%, I think.
That's it.
I think it's
like, you know how many X's I'm up on, like Teddy Bear and PDI and Atropa? Hundreds to thousands of X's. So Pulse Chain, let's see, Rat PLS.
In fact, go ahead and share your screen when you pull it up so we can see what you're looking at.
Yeah, sure. Let's see here. Make sure I'm in the right tab. I got a crap load of tabs up right now. Yeah. Yep. Cool.
All right, I got you.
All right, so
yep.
When I look at this, I'm not hating on it, but it's up 46%.
Yeah, it's
since August 25th.
Yeah. Right.
Let's look at Teddy Bear since August 25th.
Oh God. It's a different story.
Low, bam. So we'll just stop where we're at right now. Dang, it won't even give it to me. Jeez. Come on. I'm not even going to cherry pick the low. It's not one to give it to me. Either way, I'll calculate it myself. 9 zeros. Oh, I said August 25th. Let's go lower. 9 zeros and a 2, we'll say, on average. Right now, it's at 7 zeros and a 1 7. So 0.1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1 7, 5, 0.1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 2. That's an 85x from that date. At the all-time high, it's about another 2x from there.
Yep. 190x, 200x.
Yeah, 200x from there. So it's coming down. When you look at this, though, you look at the daily, this thing's about to, it's just a small correction, man. I made this little right here. It's funny. This little chart on my stream.
Oh.
It's hit this level already, almost to the T. And then I told you there's going to be a correction. And even on that stream, I said it's probably going to be a correction anywhere from $20 to $15 million market cap. There's my 20. And I said it'll probably get a nice wick down to 15. It actually went down to 10. Yeah, about $10 million market cap. And now it's sitting at 17. You're going to get those parabolic rises. But the funny part is look how small the candles get as each one happens. So we've seen it with PDI. We've seen it with let's see here. Atropa. Kind of the same thing, has a sort of bam, corrects, and then just goes crazy. See it with PDI. Bam, corrects. Bam, corrects. Comes back.
So it might be looking for another leg up now.
Yeah. I mean, you can't deny it, bro. Like, you just can't deny it. I don't care how much you say, like how much you want to hate on it. TSFI seems to be the only one that's really not, it's kind of real janky on how it's doing it. This is why I like, no one's talking about TSFI. I haven't sold anything of this. But this right here, it's the second biggest, thickest like liquidity pair between like in the Atropa ecosystem. It's
crazy, $500,000 in that pool.
Yes. So I look at that and I'm like, man, there's something with a TSFI. It's got to be something. It's got to be something.
That's interesting, and that might be yeah. I mean, looking at that chart, looks like potentially, depending upon what you believe in, that one might be a little bit better buy compared to some of the others too.
People have asked me what's next. That's the lowest that's been around for a long time. TSFI has actually been for a long time. You don't see it on this chart. Yeah, you do. Yeah. Since May. And then, you know, I kind of tweet about it on this day and then see it later. but like this formation right here is a bullish formation. I always talk about this on my stream. A big, huge ball down followed by a doji is a very bullish formation. This means the selling is over. So doji means
market indecision, correct?
Yep. And when you're going down, the decision is going down. But when you start being undecided, you're going to go the opposite way. Let me see if I can find an example of that. Let's see here. I'm pretty sure PDI has a few. No, PDI doesn't have a few. Let's look at Atropa, see if Atropa has it. There you go.
Right
So
there.
this is kind of it didn't land. It ended up as a hammer. But hammer and doji is just a complete like, see you later. You had your opportunity.
You kind of see it there in that second move. You see some of those doji candles before it made that last move up.
Yeah, here's one right here. It came down, but it ended up being up, but it didn't. There's still more. I think this was FUD opera. This is FUD time right here. So it wanted to go up, and then got some more FUD, and then it kind of just said screw you and just said goodbye. So that's what you're seeing in this whole ecosystem. Nothing but up and to the right charts and people taking their profits back into Pulse Chain, but at the same time, DAI is getting thicker. That liquidity pool is just getting thicker and thicker. That's not the one I want. DAI.
What are your thoughts on with the liquidity getting thicker? It's a little harder to move. You know what I mean? Any thoughts on that?
It's hard to move, but here's the thing: like, it's drawing price up also. So when people are buying into it, there will be a speculative way behind it, but people want to know how can you actually make it stable? Well, if it has super thick liquidity, that's how it can be stable. That simple.
Right.
Wait, I'm looking at the wrong one here. Where are you at?
there's so many. It could be tricky sorting through some of the different memes to find the right pairs you're looking for.
Yeah. And there's like 30 new pairs launching every single day.
Yeah, but either way, the DAI, it's not showing on this one because this is the Rat Pulse. I want to see it DAI to a Tropa. There we go. Just bring a Tropa. So $19 million market cap, $12 million in liquidity. So over time, as people buy and hold DAI, this is getting thicker and thicker and thicker. And then people are going to start chasing green candles. And then what's going to happen is, imagine this has to be a $2 billion market cap for DAI to get to $1, I believe. So when's the last time you saw a $2 billion market cap with $800, $900 million of liquidity?
Never.
I know.
So if that's my speculation on what's going to happen, and this continues doing what it's going to do, if someone sells $50 million worth of DAI, it's not going to affect the price because of liquidity.
Yeah, because it'd be so thick at that point.
It'd be so thick at that point, it doesn't even matter. So what people are seeing is they're not realizing that, hey, there's no way it can peg and there's no way it can stay and hold at $1. If it continues doing what it's doing, it will, because what will happen is as people sell, it burns that liquidity. It burns the fees in that. So it burns that liquidity in there. But at the same time, that person that sold $50 million no longer has that $50 million. So the people that buy that, it now splits up. So over time, as that's getting split up, there's not many $50 million sellers.
Right.
Now you can build on top of DAI, and now it acts as a regular stable coin. It just chills because you can pump up, you can pump it up, you can pump it down, but over time that liquidity is just getting thicker and thicker and thicker and thicker and thicker. And as people sell, people are now like, okay, now I can arbitrage that, buy that back up because I know it's going to get back to $1, and that's an easy free 5, 6, 7, 8% on my money. So there's so many different narratives and things you can do with this that people are speculating on. And that's why it separates itself from like Hedron or any like utility product, because this is kind of a utility product, but it has so much speculation attached to it. It makes it like the most ultimate utility product there is, because it's not really finished. It's not finished. This job's not finished. And there's a lot of questions on who is it, whether it's Richard Hart, whether it's someone Richard Hart knows, which he knows who made this ecosystem. He's on video talking about it. He literally says, I had a phone call with a guy that was looking to do a Maker DAO replacement.
That's true. I remember seeing that.
Literally a video with him saying quote unquote. So whether he's in on it, or whether he knows about it, he knows about it. He knew about it before this whole thing even started. So when you see big money being sent to MakerDAO through the contract, and then all of a sudden
it's interesting.
The mentor process ends up, and then you go back in the videos and see that he made phone calls with people that knows he's trying to do stuff with Maker. Come on, peeps. Like, it doesn't take a rocket science. I think a lot of the hate, and this is going to bring some heat. A lot of the hate is based off of people wanting their projects to do good and see the limelight, and I think a lot of them lost that light from based off the Atropa. So you see a lot of people talking about Atropa. They see a lot of people talking about that ecosystem, and therefore people are, let's say, not happy or have motives, and it's starting to come out. And that's how the FBI was created.
Yeah, I can see how that would happen, but at the same time, if these guys are maxis and their coins are PulseX, Pulse, Hex, we can see that this ecosystem is directly influenced the Pulse ecosystem from this, and we're pumping. Like I said, I said this in the beginning of the show. I feel like this is ushering in the new bull era for Pulse Chain. I feel like we might have even bottomed. I don't know for sure, because of the wave of memes have kind of paved that path for us. So even if they shouldn't be hating, because I mean, like, they're hating against their own bags, in my opinion.
They are.
Yeah,
they are. But you got to realize we're a bunch of Type A people all in one space. They want their project to do good. It's that simple. When you have something and you got that's your personality, you want your project to be good. You want it to be talked about. You don't want to be a dud. You don't want to be the secondary based off of a bunch of speculation. And a lot of people worked hard to get at that level. The thing about crypto, it's about what have you done for me lately? And is your marketing on par? If your marketing is not good and on par, you're going to struggle. So you got to find ways to remain relative, or you just be that product over there, and you're not going to get the majority of people. And I've always said, man, I was like, the meme coin community is going to take over this ecosystem.
You said that before
a long time.
Yep.
I said, listen, y'all do not realize what you create. So just believe that no one talks about some of these, like, I don't want to bring up names. I ain't gonna bring up names. But nobody talks about certain coins on Ethereum. They're just there. So they're a tool for you to use, but it's not what makes Ethereum go up in value. I'm sorry. It's just not. Meme coins are speculation. That's what's going to burn Ethereum. That's what's going to burn Pulse Chain. It's not your Aves. Aave doesn't do anything for Pulse Chain. It's not YFI. That doesn't really do anything for Pulse Chain. It's not Liquidity. That doesn't really do anything for like Ethereum. GMX doesn't do anything for Ethereum. Definitely not doing anything for Arbitrum. So like, those are tools that can be used and everything, but in reality, that does nothing for the ecosystem.
Well, what do you mean when you say nothing? Like, for instance, there's people that like, there's professional traders that go over and use Arbitrum specifically to use GMX, and that brings volatility, it brings volume, it brings value to Arbitrum. You know what I mean? So brings more clarity around what you mean.
It does. It brings some of it. Here's the key. Like that whole idea of let's just say GMX on Arbitrum. GMX on Arbitrum is great with volume. Does have volume. However, any trader that I see in crypto with big money is not doing it with them. Let's say CryptoFace. CryptoFace is one of the biggest freaking traders in crypto. Is he trading on GMX? No. Is who's another trader? The guy from the Netherlands. He does a lot of trading show. Let me bring him up because he's a good person to follow actually. So I want to.
I mean, to be fair, they had pretty significant volume their first year. They did $120 million in fees. Like that's
it was
like,
new. It was new and it was new and fresh. And I do
Right.
think it's still going to be there, but it's not going to be what takes Ethereum to the next level. Eric Crypto Crown, good trader. That guy doesn't use GMX. So big boys that are in Ethereum, I don't believe are really like using that platform. Will they in the future? Possibly. I'm not gonna say, I'll never say never, but that's not what brings people to Ethereum. It's just not. It's not, and it won't be. I'm telling you, no one's going to come in and say, I'll give you an example. There will be more people that come in because of Teddy Bear in the Pulse chain than there will be more people that come into GMX, the leading one for Ethereum and Arbitrum. Guarantee it. That's what meme coins do. They bring more people, which
they bring the retail.
Yeah, it's easy. It's easy to do, man. It's easy to do.
But then the utility projects bring in more sophisticated money, wouldn't you think? And so, like, they both have their purposes to grow any chain, and that's the way I'll look at it. Like, you need to have both.
You ready for this? Most VC companies love pump and dumps. That's all they love. Quick, fast, easy pump and dump money. GMX gives that to them, but they don't even need that. All they need is a meme coin. They pump it up, and then you got just instant millions. Look at Pepe. That's VC ran. Look at SHIB. That, believe it or not, was VC ran. Look at Floki. VC ran. Dogecoin, now VC ran, but they just use, leverage trading based on top of that. But all that leverage trading is really coming from Binance and Coinbase. You don't have to go decentralized when somebody can hold your money with insurance attached to it. Why the hell would I go in there and play around with this ecosystem that doesn't insure my money? If I'm a big player, I want to leverage trade. Why would I do it on a someone I can talk to? That's what I like to do. If I actually went from cracking the Coinbase because I can actually talk to somebody on the phone. Easy, just like that. I don't have to pay for it. I just call the number and right there, instant. How are you doing? Then I talk to somebody. So I am not in the belief that decentralized finance. This once again is going to be very controversial. I'm not of the belief that decentralized finance will take over centralized finance. I think it can benefit it. And for those who want to do it by themselves, absolutely. But let's be for real, peeps. People are sheep and people are lazy. We are just a very unique breed of people that are willing to take our money and do it on our own. But majority of people want to go into a bank, have Mr. So-and-so, John Doe, tell you what's the best products for you and tell them this is where we can set it for you and you'll be happy with that. That's the majority of people.
I agree with that. And I agree it's like an 80-20, like the 80% of people, they just want meme coins. They want pumps and dumps. They want and it's all great. But I think there is a small subset, maybe it's 20, maybe it's less, that do like the more, sophisticated fiats and liquid loans and the power cities and the more stuff. They like the hedrons and ICOSAs and stuff like that. And so I feel like that part appeals to a different type of money. Not necessarily meaning that could be bigger money than meme coins, because I know, well, especially like you guys, you guys play with pretty big money with the meme coins. But the majority of people who play meme coins probably play $100, a couple $100, where you can go into like fiat and put in a few thousand and start doing leverage trading.
Yeah, let me give you an example. 24-hour trading volume with GMX.
Yeah.
$7 million. 24-hour trading volume. Let me find a let's say utility coin, which is hard to find. Decentraland.
Oh yeah.
$27 million. $7 million, $27 million. Is that VC high-end guy going after Decentraland? No, but there's literally 4 times more people. Now, we don't know what's fake, what's real, on-chain.
Sure.
You know, we can go with that route, but Sandbox, $35 million. So literally 5 times more people are trading Sandbox versus Decentraland. Very easy to find. You can get Sandbox and Decentraland on Coinbase. It's very easy to buy.
Yep.
It's not hard to buy that stuff. Shiba Inu. Probably something stupid. $69 million. Congratulations, GMX. You just lost to a logo by nearly 10 times. So that's what I mean. Like when you see stuff like that, once again, not on chain, so that can be faked. But guess what? On chain volume can be faked also. All you need is a bot.
Sure.
So,
Here's a good question. So it sounds like this guy's trying to come over from ETH. So Tropa, PDI, Teddy Bear, TSFI, only ones that are worth buying. Only asking because I'm thinking of switching over to Pulse Chain. Yeah, what are your thoughts? I mean, once again, you guys, we don't give any financial advice on the show. B-Root certainly doesn't. We don't either. We'll just share our opinions and, of course, take those with a grain of salt. Do your own due diligence, all that type of stuff.
Yeah, we're just dudes on the internet speculating on our own bags, not yours.
yes, absolutely. The coins I have in the Atropa ecosystem are the ones that have the most liquidity to them. So
yeah, break that down. You don't think the new ones launching can build up to be a teddy bear?
They absolutely can, but until I see it, I'm not convinced of it. So
You don't touch it.
For me, it is Atropa, PDI, Teddy Bear, TSFI, SRF. I added SRF yesterday.
I saw that.
That's kind of going crazy right now. SRF is a
It's a tax token.
It's a tax reflections token.
I don't
So it's not a lot of people are big fans of that.
Yeah.
But the way that those tokens work and do well is volume very fast and quick. So the pumping on something like SRF could do just as crazy as a teddy bear, and do some damage. And my damage not mean like in a good way, because as that buy pressure happens, so does the sell pressure. But you're getting reflections from the sell pressure. So whenever you buy, you're getting tokens. Whenever there's sales, you're getting tokens. So it's constantly getting tokens. You can take those extra tokens and buy more Tropa. It could be a way to actually DCA in Tropa. DCA and DAI. DCA and Pulse Chain. Anything you want to DCA in, back over is what SRF can be looked at as.
Yeah.
So you're going more speculative, but you got to remember you're getting more tokens, and because you're getting more tokens based on the buying and selling, you can buy even more Atropa with that. So you're seeing right now SRF. There we go.
Yeah, I think like PRS was another tax token. That one's been running as well, I think.
Mm-hmm.
That's not attached to the
Tropa.
414 though, Tropa though.
Okay.
Now you can add to a Tropa, but I need to see the 414, the original wallet that's doing all of this, actually create it and be the one that actually.
Yeah, everyone's adding a Tropa.
Yeah, anyone can add to it and say, "Hey, we're attached." Like anyone can do that.
I'm seeing new pairs every single day that have the old coin attached. I'm like, okay, guy.
That's why I sit back and I just be very, very speculative on what I can get, what I want to get. A lot of people were, and I'll give you an example. This is not to hate on it at all. I just want to throw it out there right now. It's not to hate on it at all. So, a lot of people were talking like Monat Money. That's actually not a bad pair in liquidity. It's a little bit on the lower side, but it's actually okay in my mind, in my mindset.
Yeah, I made money on that.
Let's see one that doesn't have good liquidity. Let's see a Tropa. Just to give an example of something I personally wouldn't go after.
Yeah, I caught Monat on launch day.
Nice.
There's so many pairs attached to the Tropa nowadays. It's crazy. Let's go to deck screener. It's gonna be, and this will show you. Deck screener does it better because it tells you when it was created.
Yeah.
So
right.
that's why I like to see that. You know, this was created 3 days ago, but like look at the liquidity is 50,000. Let's see one that doesn't have much. I mean, there's some with like piss poor liquidity.
Well, the majority are piss poor liquidity in Pulse Chain.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. All right, because like, oh gosh,
CIA.
I've never even seen that. I didn't realize. Yeah. So people are making coins like on like my behalf and stuff. Like, come on, guys.
Yeah, FBI.
Like,
I played Law of Memes on the FBI. Made some money off that one.
I did not take part in anything with FBI.
I know you did.
I didn't want anyone to be like, "Oh, he made a coin." Blah, blah, blah. I saw that coming from a mile away. So.
Right.
But there's some coins on the Tropa that's very low in liquidity, 12,000, 11,000. Down is sick. Like this is really good liquidity right here. $4 million market cap, $2 million in liquidity. That's really good.
And Down's in a Tropa. That's an actual 414 coin, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's what I look for. I'm looking for thick liquidity, and at the same time, I'm looking for something that has more. That's been created a long time ago. So the only ones I am not in that's been created from the beginning are SRF. And I believe Teddy Bear. I don't think Teddy Bear was created, right? Actually, yes, Teddy Bear was created in the beginning.
Teddy Bear's an original 414 contract.
Yeah. Let me double check that. Where are you at? Buddy?
You're just looking for the deploy.
There you go. 3 months ago. There was a treasury bill attachment to it.
Yeah.
3 months ago. So Teddy Bear is an OG. So that's what I was looking for. Something that has, you know, there's a bunch of stuff attached to Teddy Bear from 3 months ago. So like when you're seeing that, there's something, to me, there's something there. And there's a Teddy Bear die pair right there.
Interesting.
So when I see that, it's like, okay, you know, something can come of this. Let me speculate on it. And that's basically what I did. So yeah, man. Teddy Bear. So for me, I like Teddy Bear because it's a good meme. Everybody knows the Richard Heart Teddy Bear. There's never been a meme coin for a bear. So it's like, it's fresh, it's new. People from Ethereum are coming over to buy it. It's great narrative. We're kind of running away with it on, you know, the marketing for it. It almost reminds me of like I don't want to say it's Richard Heart, but something has to be done truthfully. And these coins, nothing has showed me any bad acting from the beginning. Now, people speculate the 414 wallet rubbed me on MV. No.
Talk about that.
It was minting the whole time. We just decided to speculate on it. And it was doing everything. Yeah, we were doing everything. We knew. When I bought it and said that, I was like, I know it's minting. So I'm hoping it does something to it. And it minted out. It just kept minting. Supposedly, I haven't researched this. I just saw a tweet. Someone tagged me in it earlier this morning and said now it is burning it. So what is this? I don't know, but it's doing nothing different than what it was doing from the beginning. But if you saw, I didn't sell. I just held, and I said, we'll see what happens with this. What happens. If nothing happens with it, then that's it. It's over. But that's my thing.
Yeah. What are the reflections that you're getting from holding SRF? Do you know?
I believe it is 1%.
Okay. And you're getting more what? Atropa, P-dye?
You're getting more SRF.
SRF.
More SRF.
SRF.
Cool. Interesting.
And with that, you can do whatever you want. You can hold SRF and you can ride that up. You could sell it and get whatever you want. I personally are not the biggest fans of reflection tokens. I do like getting them in the beginning, and if they take off, then I will hold them. But if they're not going fast, for me it becomes a tax nightmare because it is income on every single sell and trade, and it is going to be coming into your wallet, whether you like it or not. You can't turn it off. So I hate the tax portion of that, where it's just like constantly when I put it into my thing, you got to constantly put every single little transaction. It's like, oh my goodness. So that's what I don't like about it. But, there is a new tax service that did come out and said that they can. I actually worked with them a little bit. And I'm going to make sure they add Pulse Chain to that so people can do their taxes with Pulse Chain. But there's like a drag down where it takes every single one of those codes and just makes it all the same. And then I don't have to worry about it anymore.
Oh, that's nice.
Just make it income and just every single one of those transactions, same code. But I don't want to talk taxes too much. Some people hate that, and I hate that.
Sure.
That's why I moved to
Sorry, man. Yeah, it's like I get it.
So what are some of the things that you're looking forward to? We talked about some of the things that are going well right now. What are you looking forward to for Pulse Chain in the next, I don't know, call it 6 months to a year? Is there anything else that we haven't talked about you're pumped about?
The big elephant in the sky and that needs to be talked about is clearly my thing is the SEC case. Once that's done with, I think this thing just goes to a whole nother level. Guess what? P-dye and Pulse Chain and all that stuff can go up together. Because once that happens, people are going to be coming in waves, figuring out what's hot. People are already coming in waves because of Atropa ecosystem. Now, once that barrier gets lifted, they're going to be looking for what's next. What is it going to create next? And that's the whole narrative that can happen. And then, like I said earlier, until that 414 wallet really gives me a reason not to trust it, I'd rather invest in the coins that it makes over just some random guy coming in saying, "Oh, here's my coin," and they just apply and dump it on everybody.
Yeah.
So there is some selling going on with that 414 wallet, but look at the charts. It's not affecting the chart. It's not killing the chart. So it's creating a market. It looks like it's painting a picture on a chart, and it's a very beautiful picture. So is that the new meme coins where you just take advantage of it and create a website for a teddy bear, and it creates this nice thing? Sounds a little like Pulse Chain and Hex and like things like Richard Hart likes to do. So let them do it. Let the community do it. Is that what's happening right now? I don't know, but it could be. So go ahead and build on top of Atropa because you're actually building on top of Pulse Chain. It's just another layer that helps people get gains safely until it does something not safe. Like once it does something not safe, then I'm going to be like, okay, guys, you got a different plan. You got a different ball game. But for the last 2 months, it has not given me a reason to say, hey, you gotta back off a little bit. Something wrong is going on. So that's my thing. Until I see that, I look at this as replacing every scammer developer on Ethereum.
I like it.
Mm.
I like it a lot.
And the community gets to choose what it does. Maybe the community gets to build on top of it. I heard that Dip Catcher was going to build on top of PDAI.
Yeah, I saw him talking about that.
So maybe he builds something on PDAI and he takes it on, that he makes it his own. Maybe that's what's happening. We don't know what's happening. So it's all speculative, and that's what makes it so interesting. So I do think that when the time comes, when the time right now, there's a lot of speculating on people who don't care about the 3-letter, agency and what's going on there. So that's the DGen community. All of us are DGens because we don't care what the heck the government's telling us. So I don't care what you say or what level DGen you are. I'm a level 3 DGener. But guess what? If you're in Pulse Chain still, if you're still in PulseX and you're still on it and you haven't sold yet, you are a level 1 DGener right now. Because if that thing somehow just completely dumped, you'd be sitting there like, oh man, I just lost all my money. And if it goes up, you're going to be celebrating how you were the smartest person in the world.
Sure.
You are a DGen. So it's just a matter of what level you are.
What level you are.
When they take that out and they all come in, I think the Atropa ecosystem is going to win, and we're in it at the beginning.
And I want to thank Little Uno for the super chat. Mr. B Roots has already talked about SRF, how he added it to his profile and what he liked about it. You might have missed that part. If you wanted the show, you can hear him shouting it out. So he's hyped about it.
Yeah, I like it. I've only got 5 coins in that ecosystem. Well, 6 if you count MV. That's just completely wrecked right now. But 5 coins. Once again, it's Atropa, it's PDAI, Teddy Bear, TSFI, and SRF, and then MV if you want to count that. Maybe something comes up with it. Those who held, maybe something crazy happens. I don't know. So that's something good within the ecosystem. Those 5 coins. There's a lot of coins out there now, so you can get yourself out of hand, and then all of a sudden, like, have a plan. I've got a massive plan right there. Like in that top board, you can see my plan. I have a plan. You're not allowed to see it, but there's a plan on taking profits, taking care of charts. So a lot of people think, oh, he's just dumping on you. Man, if I wanted to crash some of these coins, I absolutely could.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
That's simple.
I love your transparency.
I'm the guy that you wish was the top holder of Hex right now, or those guys that are dumping on your faces. That's who you want me to be. So, yes, I will take profits. Yes, I will, quote unquote, dump on your head. I am taking profit. I will take profits. But best believe when I took profits, like in Teddy Bear, I probably could have crashed it. Did I? No. PDAI. When I talked about it, could have just took it and just ran and got way more pulse. Did I? No. I don't. But I will take profits. And I will. Here's the thing. Most of these people get in before me. That's the craziest part about it. I'm not the first person to talk about it. Like, absolutely not. SRF, people were tagging me for 2 days. And I just decided, all right, let me check this thing out. And I was like, all right, let's play with it. And boom, I bought it.
Yeah, I saw when it launched, the day it launched, and I didn't buy it or wasn't interested because it was a tax token.
Yeah. Well, there's more. I mean, I don't know if the contracts were announced. Here's the thing. I don't even check. You know why? Because the Atropa ecosystem has not steered me wrong. So listen, I know it's bad. I know it's bad to teach people this is what I do. Don't get mad at me if you finally aping something. You're like, well, B Roots doesn't check. Don't go there. I just have a reason for it to really steer me in the wrong direction in the last 2 months. That simple. It's done me good on Pulse Chain. So until you give me a reason or I hear a reason, that's when I, kind of step back. Mm-hmm. But best believe I like Teddy Bear. I like the narrative around it. I hope there's more to it. The best part about it would be hilarious if Teddy Bear wasn't even a meme coin. That would be the best thing ever. It comes out to be some crazy like protocol that's like backing a Tropa somehow, some way, or some like credit card system or something that allows you to take your Tropa out, and it was teddy bear all along. And then everybody just sit there and just be like, hey, I didn't know, but I just had an open mind. And that's how you have to be in crypto. To win, you gotta have an open mind. If you don't have an open mind, you're not going to get as many gains as the people that do. Now you're not going to lose as much money as people do. I lost a lot of money on MV. It's literally worth $7. If I told you how much I spent on it, you'd be like, damn, it's worth $7 right now. Yes, it dropped 99% so many times I lost count. So it's like, these are risks. There are risks involved. But here's the thing: I can lose 9 out of 10, and that one that I hit just takes care of you. I've heard people say they 10x their pulse chain bag.
See, so
10x their pulse chain bag, man. Like, now, obviously, they probably didn't have a lot in, but for that person, they still 10x. It was already a lot for them, just them personally. To everybody, it's all about percentages. Doesn't matter what it is. You're all about percentages. If I could 10x my pulse chain bag, I would. You don't want me to 10x my pulse chain bag.
Yep, man.
You don't want me to pulse chain bag.
I would, man. If I could 10x my pulse bag, holy crap! That's the problem with the meme coins. Is that for me, it's hard to go in there. And now, obviously, PDI and Atropa are the exception because there's a lot of liquidity in there. But like 99 out of 100 on Pulse Chain, there is no liquidity. And I make a $50 buy, and I'm moving the chart 10, 15% against myself.
I was doing that with DAI. For real, DAI, that's what DAI was. And I was just, blah, blah, blah. I was just like, I don't even care. Like the larger, all I saw was zero. So I'm just like, hey, whatever. I just 10x my own freaking bought 10x against myself.
Against yourself, right? Right. But it makes it hard to when you have bigger bags to triple, quadruple, 5x your pulse bag or whatever.
Which is huge.
It makes it harder to do that.
Yeah, because
you don't have the liquidity to do it with. And
you have to go in like you have no sense. It's that simple. Like you have to go in like, who is this guy just freaking just plowing the like just buying, and then you have to hold. That's the key. You have to buy, you have to hold, you have to believe. When I bought in Pulse, not Pulse Chain, SHIB, the liquidity wasn't thick. It wasn't in the millions what it was. So you had to buy. But then you really had to take profits so that you could still 10x your bag. So like when you do that, you go in. Then you have to believe. You can't dump on your follower. You can't dump on your community. You can't dump on everyone else and expect to 10x your bag. You have to hold. You have to hold. And you have to believe. That's what Richard tells you. You got to hold holders and builders. Like that's it. Like those are the people that are going to win. So the way that you can make a ton of money, that to the point where it really like benefits you, maybe it's a 50,000 market cap with very little liquidity, but maybe I put $5,000 in that, and then I literally don't take any profit, no profit to like $50 million market cap when there's a lot of liquidity in it.
And you're the
you're the market maker. So now you have all the supply that you're holding, and you're not even selling it. So then the community starts believing in it. Now they're like, this thing's going everywhere. This guy's not dumping on our head. Everyone's afraid of that wallet, but that's actually a good well. That wallet's actually a good well. It's not dumping anything. Sounds like a little like Richard Hart, isn't it? Like he's got 95% of the supply, but he's not freaking dumping on it. Oh, you're confident all of a sudden. So now you've got this wallet, killing it, and it's not selling on you. But when it does sell, it doesn't really hurt the price.
And I want to give a shout out to Sean here. Sean, thank you for the $20 super chat. What about Bullion there, B Roots? Isn't that a 415 contract?
It is. Bullion.
Do you think it's going to be anything? Does it have potential?
What the heck? Okay. I was looking at it. Still, that. Oh my goodness. Hold on. Make sure I'm looking at the right thing. Okay.
Because while
All
he's
right.
doing that,
All right. So
why
you gotta go
he
further out.
throws- Go ahead.
You gotta go further out, so it makes sense now. So you gotta have die, and then you go from die to bullion. No, you go from die to teddy bear. So I'm explaining the best way to do it, and a lot of people are going to wreck themselves in trying to do it the right way. A lot of people are going to buy their pulse chain, they're going to buy die, and then they're going to buy bullion. That's not the smart. Let me show you guys what I'm looking at. So.
And while you're pulling that up, one of the cool things too, we noticed the Piteous guys seem to be supporting a lot of this stuff and doing it relatively quickly. They're a DEX aggregator, and so they can help you get a good order execution without shooting yourself in the foot. So go and check out the Piteous guys. They've been a really cool asset to the pulse chain community so far.
That's what I use for everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are they renowned safe and everything? Any issues with like I have no idea anything about them.
Yeah.
Only thing I know about them is them speaking out about Trophy the other day. So I wasn't too happy about that. But outside of that, like, so you can just say, hey, here's my pulse chain, buy down with it, and it will aggravate all the like pairs that get the best price of that. If that sounds working.
Correct.
Yeah. We've had really good experiences. I haven't, kind of the same as you're saying with the Tropa guys. We've been using it for a good chunk of time now, and don't have any reason not to trust it. Now that being said, we're not the dev guys. We're not going and looking at the code, but they seem to be good actors for all intents and purposes so far. So that's been a good tool.
Yeah, I'll definitely check them out for sure. And if they're good legit, I will 100% use it, because how I'm doing it right now. If I wanted to buy bullion, this is how I look at it. So I look at and I'm zooming in. There's a bunch of pairs on this, but I'm just showing you the top 3 pairs the way I do it. I would buy my pulse chain from Ethereum, take my pulse chain. I would buy die. So now I see the bullion die pair. It's $42,000. No, that's not good. So then I'll take my die and I'll buy a Tropa, which there's 0 slippage on that. You ain't gonna have any zippers with that. And I'll take my Tropa and buy my teddy bear. So the reason why I do that is because now the teddy bear to bullion pair is almost 5 times more, 4 times more than this. Yeah. So why would I pay the slippage if I have a good amount of money? So now I've got my teddy bear. I'm like, okay, I know that I can get my teddy bear with down. So instead, I'll do my teddy bear with down, and then I'll buy my bullion. Look at that liquidity.
I like it. And Sean's saying apparently there's a bullion 5, not a bullion 8.
Is that the bullion he's talking about? Like I'm not in bullion.
I didn't know there was 2 different bullion.
Yeah, I didn't either. Can you find a bullion 5? I think you might have one too many L's.
Oh,
that might be it.
These Gucci's are a little too dark. All right, there we go. Bullion 5. Let me make sure there aren't any other pairs. A lot of stuff actually bullions. All right, so it's just one. $42,000 in liquidity. $2 million. See, nah. That liquidity, man. It's not that I'm against bullion. It's just that this for me has to get thick. You sell some money, man. You sell like $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 of that. You're smashing the price. So I need this to get thicker. I like this to be about 10% of this at the lowest.
Yeah.
So basically, I want to see this number say 200,000, and that will be good for me. Anything higher than 200,000 is a beast. Now, that's not saying that this will not get thicker, because that robot, that 414, can do whatever it wants. I've seen it change its liquidity numbers. Teddy bear is one of them. I got in Teddy Bear, had very low liquidity like this, but it was a low market cap. So I knew I was going to end up like just boom, 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 killing myself on the chart just because of the low market cap with low liquidity. Then as it went up, liquidity was getting added to it.
Mm-hmm.
Then it freaking dumped all the way down. And then there was only $500 in liquidity. And I was like sitting there with my Teddy Bear like, well, guess I lost that one. Everyone sold on my head. And I didn't sell a single Teddy Bear that day, but everyone sold on my head. And then all of a sudden, the 414 wallet started adding for them, turned around. So Teddy Bear is now the leading coin in this whole ecosystem outside of DAI.
Mm-hmm.
DAI and Atropa. So that goes to show you, don't let me, and funny that liquidity is just getting popped up as I'm talking. Sometimes I think the 414 wallet is watching every stream I do. Because it does crazy stuff like that as I'm talking.
Yeah, and the PDAI seems to pump during your streams too.
Yeah. So hopefully it's Richard. It'd be cool if it was Richard. Nah. But you know, that is not saying, hey, sell your bullion now, because this that's just for me. That's just me. Don't take my advice. Don't think what I say. I'm just explaining how I personally do things, how I look at things. For me, the liquidity is too low for the market cap. If I get a 10x, well, congratulations. You know, I'm at a $20 million market cap. But what if this was, let's say, 400,000 market cap with $50,000 in liquidity? Killed it. Good.
Right.
I like it. I like what I see. And what that shows me is, for some reason, this 414 wallet is willing to put more liquidity in this certain coin than others. Why? Why did I come to SRF and all of a sudden decide to go into this one outside of the other? Well, at one and funny, it took down the liquidity. At one point, like, this was a good liquidity pair. Now it's kind of backing down its liquidity. So what's it doing? You got to play around with that. You got to make sure, you know, you're almost kind of like playing chess. Pay attention to this, because remember, the main goal since the beginning was that.
Mm-hmm.
So you can go further out of the ecosystem, but you better be ready to realize that in the end, as you go back out the ecosystem, it's helping this achieve. Oh, not that one. It's helping DAI achieve to get to $1.
Interesting.
So you got to look at that and think about that when you're kind of making those plays. So that's how I look at it. That's how I see it. Right now, the liquidity is low, so it's probably going to pump harder. But at the same time, as it pumps harder, you know, there's more rewards given out. So that's what it is, man. I think there's nothing better on Pulse Chain right now. Nothing. It's crazy. There's just nothing better on Pulse Chain right now.
There's a lot of people mentioning that Monat money is that they're saying it's running, but it looks like it's maybe down a little bit. Did you have a strong opinion on that one? I know we looked at it a little bit earlier.
No, it's a very speculative asset. I believe if you Google Monat money,
yeah, it's a payment.
Some type of payment ecosystem, which matches with the speculation on PDAI and Atropa back in, well, I say about 2 months ago, because there are coins that are like has some type of payment system, some type of credit card company with private bridge. I think it was Black Blend or Blend, something like that. They're somehow incorporated with this whole PDAI Atropa ecosystem. So there's a lot of speculation going on with Monat money that Monat, you know, is part of that. Are they? Who knows? I don't know.
Yeah, I caught it on the second day there, and keeping a moon bag just in case.
Looks good. You do have to have wrapped Bitcoin to buy that, so.
Or you can go through Pidius. Pidius, you can go. Yeah, you can buy. anything with your pulse bag because it'll reroute it through.
All right, I need to get on that and
Yeah,
see
Phidias
that.
is cool.
I just really hate at this point and so fresh in the ecosystem connecting my wallet to other websites. That's why I'm very old school with that. I'm very old school with that. And that's the only reason I'm kind of like,
anything new
just for
comes
that.
up.
Yeah. So I like to, how long has it been out for? You said 2 months?
Yeah. They even had a little sack and they did they launched a coin and everything, but they launched the protocol first, which was really cool because the protocol was out for a month and everyone was using it before they did the sack.
It's got audits and everything.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. Yeah. I'll definitely check it out. I'll definitely check it out.
Pretty good little protocol. Like I said, it's nothing like, gonna knock
You know what they're seeing, and this is why they made that tweet yesterday. And I thought the tweet was a little more on the bias side. I wasn't a fan of it, because I bet you they see most of the transactions with the Atropa ecosystem on Phidias.
100%.
Oh, yeah.
And they made a tweet out there saying, "Well, this is what the 414 wallet's doing," and I was like,
that.
"You could do a better way of explaining caution than like giving information saying what it's doing, because they truly have no idea what it's doing."
And quite honestly, they're a third party. They shouldn't be getting involved at all in opinions.
Absolutely. You have a product, let it be. Don't.
Yeah,
that's why. Yeah, I hate that stuff. I hate
it's
that
like
stuff.
Uniswap saying we can't list hex. Look,
Yeah,
you're DeFi, you're going to list everything. It's up to the user.
Correct. So that's what I wanted to say. You can say be careful on the product, but I retweeted it and I responded it and say, like, please stop the hold your hand mentality.
Yes,
because you're doing worse. Actually, Richard Hart is doing better by not talking about what he likes and what he doesn't like on Pulse Chain. It's that simple. There is actually adoption happening on Pulse Chain because he's not speaking out against NFTs, against Atropa and all the speculation going on that's not his tickers. It's better that he doesn't talk about it, because if he did, it's only going to be Hex and Pulse Chain, and you're not going to get no freaking adoption on your chain.
I can agree with that sentiment.
So same concept with Phidias. If you're listening, please keep it that way. I'll stay up front. Even Fame, like everyone sees what's going on with Fame and all that. Please keep it. You don't just keep it business, man. Just do your thing. Let the meme coins do their thing. You do your thing. Hell, list it, but don't necessarily talk down on it. Who cares? I get you. The creator of GMX could care less about being trading SHIB, but you know what? It's making money for its community members. So let it be, man. Just keep it.
I am truly blessed and honored that you are here doing you. You keep doing you, bro, because I know that's what's pumping our backs.
So yeah, man, and I said I don't have long, man. I don't have. I'm gearing it up. I am gearing it up because main reason, to be honest with you, is kids. They're getting at the age. They're getting at the age where I don't want to be on the computer 24/7. Trading crypto 24/7. I do want to spend more time with them. Within the next 2 years, it's happening because they're at a young age right now. So, I'm not missing that over. They're going to be happily compensated. I can promise you that they're going to be happily compensated, but I won't be happily compensated. So I want to get those years in.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, cool. This has been great. B-Roots, how can everybody find you? You got your screen name down there at the bottom. I am B-Roots on Twitter. B-Roots is one of our, in my opinion, and Corey said it as well, been putting out insane volume and content creation, been bringing people over.
Oh, the entertainment too, bro.
Entertainment's been unmatched.
Your entertainment is bar none.
I try to do something different, man. I try to make it different.
Bro.
The HVid, it's not versus the Moon King. It's Judge B-Roots. HVid meets Judge B-Roots tomorrow.
What time?
Let's see here. We got a stream at 12:30 Eastern. We're going to make it 10:30 Eastern on Twitter. 10:30 Eastern on Twitter. HVid goes toe to toe with.
Is she going to be there?
I'm pretty sure she's going to be there.
It'll be at Twitter
Yeah.
Spaces.
It won't be a Twitter Spaces. There's already an edited and completed video of the court case. She's going to meet Judge B. Roots on Twitter. So make sure you add me on Twitter.
Good.
You know, I already got Wales Only and Westcott. I got Trayvon already. The FBI,
that was a good one.
The FBI caught Trayvon. The FBI caught Wales Only. And HVid, the FBI already caught her. We weren't able to get that on TV and on film, but damn straight, I brought the film crew for the actual judge to court case. So for airing that tomorrow.
You guys heard it here. Make sure to tune in tomorrow. That'll be a lot of fun, man.
All seriousness, man, none of it means anything. Like a lot of these people, like just I can see how they can take it serious. They don't see my sense of humor, don't realize who I am, and like some people there's the thing, when you butt heads with me, like I will give warnings to the point where I'm like, listen, like let's not go too far. But then once you go too far, I attack. So I will attack on Twitter when my back is against the wall of people just making claims, old claims that have already debunked 50 million times. So when you bring it back up, you're probably going to get wrecked by the FBI. So don't, be careful. I could take things. Like someone talked about my toes the other day when I picture. I laughed. Someone talked about my fingernails on one picture. I showed these fingernails with like me holding like $20,000.
Oh, when you had the money? Yeah.
They zoomed in my fingernail. Like, what the? I laughed. But once you start calling you scammer and making up stories, I'm like, the reason why you're celebrating now, I just want to know is there's a lot of marketing that I'm doing that helps. So just let me be, let me have fun. But once you start making claims, I will 100% attack.
Hey, we're here for the pulse chain adoption, man. You're bringing it, so
that's what you're doing, man. Tommy had called you out on that, talking about how well you're bringing the adoption to the entertainment value that you bring to the chain. So like, it's a whole nother element, man. The shit's not boring in the middle of a bear market because you got the freaking court going on and the FBI putting people down.
It's different. It's definitely different. It's bringing something fresh. The hardest part is keeping it fresh. I can tell you one thing. It was always my videos and my personal videos. And I wanted to kind of step a little bit outside that, not to where I just do away with it. I continue it. So therefore, when I do it, it actually means something.
Yeah.
And it's not just drawn out. Now we got the FBI. So everybody's like, when next FBI? When next FBI? Maybe we might make it once a week, once every 2 weeks, so it doesn't get boring. Like it's not the same content. I've got some content. Ian's coming over next week. So we're just going to bang out a bunch of content over the weekend of the FBI content and just come up with different ideas. And then you got the one that you guys haven't seen, the B Roots Court. I gave a little hint of that, with the intro, which you're going to see. It's pretty good.
I'm excited, bro.
It took me about 2 hours of editing. You're going to see it. And it's about an 8-minute long video. It's a true court case, man. Like it's going to be humorous. You're going to see some of the stuff I did. I'm in it as myself, and then I'm in it as Judge B Roots, and then you got HVid over. Like it took a lot of editing, but it's basically a video, and I'll end it like this. Tomorrow's court is a reason why you don't want to mess with B Roots. So let this be a valuable lesson. If you want to be taking the court, this is what you're going to get.
I love it. And Hexy Bastard, thank you so much for the super chat. We're excited to see you launch your decks with the meme coins, because obviously you see the meme coins and what we're doing here. It's bringing mass adoption to Pulse Chain, so this will be one more tool. And so we appreciate everyone building.
Like my dude Hexy, good dude, man.
Absolutely. Cool, guys. Well, make sure to smash the likes, subscribe, all that stuff.
Hit
on
the
your way
subscribe,
out.
guys. We're going to be here all through the bear market, all through the bull market, cutting through the narratives, cutting through the BS. Thank you so much.
Hey guys, subscribe to these guys because after crypto, you want to put your money in something
Real estate.
real estate.
What
So
we
I'm dead serious when I say this. Pay attention to these guys and learn from different aspects. Because yes, if you're in crypto right now, if you're following this ecosystem, likely not financial advice, it is possible that you can gain a lot of money, but there will be another bear market. I promise you that.
I'm not
So
through a
make
95%
sure you,
coffee, Roots.
yeah, throw that money into something else. Enjoy it during the bear market. Show everybody that nice house you got on the beach. And then, maybe you want to Airbnb that for, a year or two, and then buy the dip on the bear market.
There it is. Bingo.
Absolutely.
Come on, people. So be smart. Be smart with your money.
Cool, guys. Appreciate you. Thanks again, B Roots. We'll catch you guys later.
See you guys. Peace.